A jungle paradise teeming with life. Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon, seeking adventure in Panama. They vanish on a remote trail. No witnesses, no demands, just an unsettling absence. Silence hangs in the air. What happened on that path? The truth is buried deep. This is a puzzle with pieces scattered across an unforgiving landscape. Bizarre clues, fragments of a journey gone wrong. Photos, phone logs, a backpack, deepening the enigma. Each clue raises more questions than answers. Capable women equipped for adventure vanished. Gone without a trace. The jungle swallows everything. Families frantic, authorities searching. The jungle guards its secrets. Digital footprints tell a story of hope ending in darkness. Desperate calls go unheard. We piece together their final days, hoping to understand. The mystery is a stark reminder of nature's power. Sometimes, beautiful places hide the darkest secrets. Kris and Lisanne weren't reckless. They were responsible, bright, and full of promise. Kris, 21, creative and social. Lisanne, 22, intelligent and warm. They planned their Panama trip for months. Part adventure, part volunteering at a local school. They wanted to immerse themselves in a new culture and give back. Arriving in Boquete, they had a week of free time before their volunteer work began. Boquete, famous for its hiking trails, seemed perfect for exploration. On April 1st, 2014, they set out to hike the Pianista trail, dressed lightly, carrying only a small backpack. They told people it would be a short walk and were expected back that afternoon. They never returned. April 1st, 2014. Kris and Lisanne leave for the Pianista trail. The trail starts easy, but becomes rugged and remote. They reach the summit, take photos, smiling, happy, no sign of distress. But instead of turning back, evidence suggests they continued into the dense jungle beyond the viewpoint. Why? Did they get lost, misunderstand the trail, or was someone else involved? The other side of the mirador is unmarked, dangerous, and easy to get lost in. They had no gear for survival. The last photo of them smiling is at 1 p.m. After that, the camera goes silent until days later. They miss their appointment with a local guide and don't return for dinner. By the next morning, the alarm is raised. Kris and Lisanne are missing. The search begins in earnest, a race against time in the dense, unforgiving jungle. Every moment is critical. Local guides, intimately familiar with the terrain, police providing security and expertise, and scores of volunteers tirelessly scour the Pianista trail and surrounding areas, hoping for any sign. But the jungle answers only with an unsettling silence, guarding its secrets closely. The families, desperate for answers, fly in from the Netherlands, their hearts heavy with worry, bringing seasoned detectives and highly trained search dogs, hoping their skills can penetrate the jungle's mysteries. The search quickly becomes an international effort. Helicopters buzzing overhead, seasoned search and rescue experts, and days upon days of relentless effort yield nothing. 10 long, agonizing days pass. Absolutely nothing is found, not a single footprint, not even the smallest clue to their whereabouts. In desperation, the parents offer a substantial reward and hold numerous press conferences, desperately plead for any information, any help at all. The jungle remains vast, treacherous beyond measure, and utterly unforgiving in its silence. The weeks slowly pass by. With heavy hearts, the official search operation is eventually scaled back significantly. Hope begins to slowly fade away. For 10 long, agonizing weeks, there is absolutely nothing, no new leads, no developments. The case, seemingly unsolvable, goes cold. Then, out of the blue, a sudden breakthrough. A local indigenous woman makes a startling discovery: Lisanne's distinctive blue backpack. It's found discarded on a remote riverbank, miles and miles from where the women vanished without a trace. Inside the backpack, a pair of sunglasses, 2 bras, a partially filled water bottle, a sum of cash, both of their mobile phones, and most significantly, Lisanne's digital camera. This incredible discovery blows the entire case wide open. But the puzzling clues found inside the backpack only serve to deepen the already profound mystery surrounding their disappearance. The backpack, a silent witness, was discovered weeks later in the jungle. Inside, chilling digital evidence revealed a fragmented narrative. These devices became recorders of their isolation. Phone logs showed desperate attempts to call for help. These attempts began after they reached the summit, but no calls went through due to the valley's topography. The girls conserved power, hoping for a signal. Lisanne's phone died on April 5th. Kris's iPhone remained active with failed login attempts. Was it Kris trying to unlock her phone, or someone else? The last signal attempt was on April 11th, then silence. The camera tells a haunting story. It begins with normal photos, then a week-long gap. On April 8th, 90 photos were taken in rapid succession. Mostly darkness and unsettling images. A twig with a plastic bag, the back of Kris's head, and a pile of rocks. Were they signaling for help or leaving clues? One photo seems to show Kris's hair and possibly blood. Some believe the photos were taken after one of the girls died. The evidence raises more questions than answers. The discovery of the backpack, seemingly untouched, reignites the search with renewed vigor and hope. Soon after, scattered bone fragments are tragically found along the river's edge. DNA analysis confirms the worst possible outcome. Kris and Lisanne are confirmed to be dead. Theories immediately split. Was it a tragic accident or was there foul play involved? Authorities lean towards a tragic accident, lost in the dense jungle, injured and vulnerable, ultimately swept away by the powerful river currents, with their remains scattered and dispersed by the forces of nature. But unsettling questions continue to linger. Why was the backpack found in such remarkably good condition? Why weren't the sensitive electronics significantly water damaged? And why were some of the recovered bones bleached? The alternative foul play theory chillingly suggests abduction by unknown actors, cold-blooded murder, and a carefully staged scene to mislead investigators. The presence of deleted photos, strange and repeated pin attempts on their phones, and persistent reports of local criminal activity further fuel the growing suspicion. The complete truth remains frustratingly elusive, forever caught between the possibilities of a terrible accident and a truly horrifying crime. A decade later, the case is officially closed as an accident, but the mystery endures. The evidence leaves us dangling in uncertainty. The digital clues offer a glimpse into the girl's final days, but not the full story. Was it the wilderness or something darker? The families still seek answers, criticizing the investigation and keeping the story alive. The case has inspired documentaries, podcasts, and endless online debate. Ultimately, it's a tragedy and a cautionary tale about the fragility of life and the power of nature. The jungle holds the answer. Until it gives up its secrets, the story of Kris and Lisanne remains an unending, haunting mystery. Their ghosts still walk that misty trail, a puzzle with no solution.